Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
I'm Shannon Ogden with the latest from Denver 7. Denver police say this is the man responsible for murdering a man, woman, and their school-aged daughter. And what they won't say or what they don't know is what motivated him to do it. A high-ranking investigator calls this one of the most emotional, most senseless cases he has ever worked. A family so close to starting over at a new place, killed by someone they knew in their Bear Valley home. Denver 7's Jennifer Kowaleski reports.
This is one of the most emotional cases that I've ever dealt with.
I know it's so hard. It's really hard.
Heartbreak and shock in Southwest Denver after a mother, father, and their young daughter were found shot to death just one day before they were set to start a new life.
They were closing on their house supposedly this morning.
One by one, classmates and friends left flowers and balloons outside the family's home.
Pay our respects and condolences to Joseph and, their family.
Neighbors tell us the victims are Joseph and Tia McDaniels and their 5th grade daughter, Christine. This is a photo of the family from Facebook. We're told Joseph drove a bus for Denver Public Schools.
Every morning is always a wave or, hey, how you doing?
Our little daughter, Maggie, she's like, but they were just moving.
The whole family had plans to move out to Mississippi after the summer.
Hearing about her friend that she just played with the day before, it's nerve-wracking.
Jennifer Cervantes' daughter was one of Christine's classmates at Traylor Elementary.
It's just a wonderful family. It's sad to see them go like this and lose something, lose them like this way.
Denver police say their son is the one who survived and called police Thursday night. Investigators tell us some kind of conflict led up to the shooting. This man, Bustaman Gadabrada, is facing 3 counts of first-degree murder. DPD says the suspect knew the victims very well and may have even been family.
We'd just gone over there Wednesday night to say bye to him.
It's just tragic. It was terrible. That's the only way I could put it.
Jennifer Kowaleski reporting. This is one of the largest black market marijuana takedowns ever in Colorado, and the DEA says it just might be the tip of the iceberg. We've been showing you for months these raids, but until now we didn't know what it was called or how far it went. And tonight we have results of Operation Syndicate Green. 42 people arrested in the last 3 days from 250 searches over 2 years. Most of the places raided were in Arapahoe and Adams County. In all, 80,000 marijuana plants and 4,500 pounds of finished product were seized. The U.S. Attorney's Office says more operations are likely. Well, tough news out of Colorado Springs, where a fire has forced every member of a senior living community to find somewhere else to stay tonight. 117 people have been displaced, and firefighters say they've been bombarded with calls from people trapped in their rooms. There were a handful rescued from a ladder. Thankfully, no one was killed or even seriously hurt. Well, a cluster of mumps cases is now being tied to A-Basin. Doctors say they've traced 6 cases to employees and others associated with that ski area, and that number is expected to rise, I'm afraid. The first case was identified way back in late April. Now, currently, there are no plans to limit access to the resort, and the health department does not think the public is at risk. We have reached the unofficial start of summer, and as cool as this water is, kayakers in Fort Collins would love to be out in it this Memorial Day weekend, and that's not going to happen because even though the river section of the Whitewater Park is finished, no one's being allowed to enjoy it. Denver 7's Jason Grinauer explains.
The river is flowing, the rapids are there. It's a dream for Fort Collins kayakers.
I think we've been working on trying to get a whitewater feature in Fort Collins for over 20 years now.
Fort Collins has been working on making this stretch of the Poudre River, just north of Old Town, into a whitewater park.
The bulk of the work in the main channel is complete.
But there's a but.
The project is under construction. We're just asking them to stay out for their own safety.
Construction is still happening on the banks, part of the city's downtown master plan.
The river's closed until the project's open. And right now, completion is planned for late August, early September.
It appears that the city has repeatedly put up barriers that inhibit this kind of community-supported project.
Because kayakers raised $1 million and were then asked to come up with another $1 million to help pay for the park, which had a preliminary opening date of spring of 2017.
So it's kind of like you go to a contractor to build a house. You pay him $1 million up front. He comes back and says, well, now we need another $1 million. You give him another $1 million. Now he says, well, actually, we're going to be 2 years late delivering it. So you wait 2 years, and he says, well, we built the house, but we've got some muddy spots in the yard, so we're not going to let you move into the house.
I spoke to the city today. They maintain their position.
It's a fantastic park. I think the message to the kayakers is, hey, it's still under construction.
There's a little bit of anger, but it's mostly frustration and disappointment.
In Fort Collins, I'm Jason Granauer, Denver 7.
From the First Alert Weather Center, let's take a look at your forecast, shall we? Heading into Memorial Day weekend, really, it's just so welcome and beautiful after the stretch of winter weather we have had. Sure, it gets a little rough and tumble next week, but let's worry about that then, shall we? This has been your Denver 7 On-Demand Update. Thank you for checking us out. We'll have another one for you later tonight. Check that one out, too. And download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. I'm Shannon Ogden.